Hello everyone, and thanks for watching. This is Hadrian. It's time for a new series. The Age of Charlemagne DLC for Total War Attila has arrived, and I think we should play it. Don't you? Let's play it. This is a holiday bonus series for me, so it's going to fill the 3 p.m. time slot in my channel. That's Eastern Standard Time or GMT -5 for those of you on Greenwich Mean Time overseas. So 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. To celebrate the launch, new episodes will air at 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. for the remainder of the week. That's until December 12th, Saturday, and then continue daily at 3 p.m. after that. So 2 episodes a day, at least for a little bit here. Plenty of new content for those of you interested in the Charlemagne DLC. Before I go any farther, there is already a button on the bottom of the screen, and has been for folks who are just ready to skip to gameplay. This video is just an introduction to the new campaign. I'm going to talk about the things listed on the screen, and in the order you see them. This video is for complete newbies to the Charlemagne DLC, to Total War Attila, to my channel, or it's just for folks who are seeking a lot of details and specifics about what's going on in this campaign. The moment you decide that's not interesting to you, like right now, or later, this video is totally skippable. Gameplay starts again in the next one. So there's a link you can click anytime to skip the intro and start the series. Mobile users, if you can't see it, just hop to the next video in the playlist whenever you want to. Anyway, for those of you still here, it's December 10th, and the brand new Age of Charlemagne DLC for Total War Attila is finally out. We're going to go in blindly. I haven't played the new content at all. That's on purpose. I've only watched an introductory amount of the Creative Assembly teasers, and I've generally stopped short of spoiling myself. So this series is going to be ideal for people who are looking to either preview the title or to learn about it from the bottom up. If you are new to the channel, I'm a minimalist with my recording, so you can expect a very straightforward presentation. I'm going to show you the game the way I would want it shown to me. I'll explain what I'm doing, and I'll also express my own learning process with this new content openly. So whether you're new to Total War or an experienced player and just interested in what's new with this DLC, you're going to want to see this regardless. As usual, we're going to do about 20-minute episodes so that you can have frequent stopping points and also a life. So, what is Age of Charlemagne? This is the second major campaign expansion for Total War Attila, set way after the events of the Grand Campaign and beginning in the year 768 AD. Here's just a paragraph, just a brief paragraph of teaser from the Total War wiki. After the death of his father, Charlemagne is to share the Frankish throne alongside his brother, a situation that ill benefits a man of his vision. Their relationship clouds as he feels the fiery blood of his grandfather Charles Martel stir in his veins. Friends, enemies, and opportunity populate a continent tired of conflict, the people eager for peace. Charlemagne finds himself at the head of a new age of education, religion, and warfare, and sees all as tools to unite, stabilize, and expand. So this is some good-looking DLC. It feels like almost a standalone game, much as Attila was to Rome 2. Maybe not quite that big a jump, but it's close. If you're still sitting there wondering why you would watch this series, if you'd want to follow along with this or whatever, I'll just say this. In this series, we're going to get to forge our own version of Western history in the aftermath of the Roman Empire's cataclysmic collapse. We're going to go through the Dark Ages and lead into the birth of feudalism. It's just a fascinating period. Gamer or not, from a historical standpoint, it doesn't get much more interesting. So just like with Roman Ascension, if you're a history buff, teacher, a fan of the medieval period, or of Charlemagne, this is going to have some appeal for you whether you have a clue what Total War is or not. Also, bonus note, if you're a fan of the Crusader Kings games, I have a feeling the content in this expansion is just going to make you really happy. I'm excited about it too. So to summarize the new features, we've got a new campaign map, brand new campaign map, essentially covering the old Western Roman Empire's territory in Europe with 52 conquerable provinces, 52 or more. So whether that means 52 cities alone or 52 provinces with even more cities within them, we'll see. There is a new war weariness mechanic, presumably to prevent, Rome 2 style steamrolling if a nation were to get rich and build up a powerful army. Basically, your people will get mad at you if you try to go around mongering war. There are specific requirements to establishing a new kingdom, at which point we get to declare ourselves a kingdom. There are also story events, which sound kind of like the random events that fire in Crusader Kings 2, and they mix up the experience as you go, so that sounds exciting. Of course, there is an entirely new tech tree, accompanied by specialized and streamlined building bonuses that allow more grand strategy and more nuanced empire building, which is what I'm a big fan of, so that's going to be fun for me. And there's a shiny new interface, literally. As for the campaign, which we're going to call Crown of Charlemagne, here's what you can expect. We're going to play as the man himself. I'm sure you couldn't have guessed. Our endgame is the Holy Roman Empire. We're going to fulfill the standard victory conditions and then keep going as we please with the stretch goal of conquering the map and reestablishing a true empire in the West. We're going to play on normal difficulty. If this proves to be an awesome DLC, then I will definitely come back and give it a go at a more challenging difficulty. But the point of this series is just to play the new DLC. That's it. I want to show it to you guys. I want to enjoy it, play it. So we're going to go with the normal difficulty. As for mods, I'm running 2, presuming that they still work. I don't even know because I haven't tested them. We're going to do the Olympian campaign camera, which just helps the campaign camera come up a little bit higher, and the natural water mod. So 2 graphical mods that just control the look of the game. That's it. So that's all for the campaign introduction. If you're not interested in hearing about when I will or will not be auto-resolving battles in this campaign, like my battle policy, and not interested in comparing this series to Roman Ascension, go ahead and skip to the next episode. Go on. I'll see you in a bit. So next, I want to talk about how principal battles are defined in the series. I enjoy the real-time battle element and the turn-based campaigns that are both part of Total War, but I tend to prefer the campaign and the related metagames there, as opposed to the real-time battles. Like I said, I enjoy both, but I prefer the campaign. So I have some rules regarding when to take to the battlefield and control my armies personally. I like to communicate my rules in advance so my subscribers know what they can expect. So they're called principal battles rules. Even if I don't always obey them, this is when you can generally expect me to fight a battle versus save time by auto-resolving it. So rule number 1, unprecedented spectacle, which is a fancy way of saying that if you haven't seen a type of battle or a type of unit in battle before, no matter the odds, if I'm going to just dominate or if I'm going to get my butt kicked, I'll fight the battle. Rule number 2, defining moments. If the battle has particular significance to the outcome of the campaign that cannot be predicted by these rules, like a battle between 2 really well-known generals in a specific campaign, then I'll fight it. Battles with 60-40 odds or closer, rule 3. Just as it sounds, if it's a close battle, we're going to be fighting it personally. Rule 4, battles for historic cities. Again, very straightforward. We won't auto-resolve a siege of Rome or Paris, for instance. That's silly. If we're fighting for one of the big cities, you're gonna watch the battle. And then finally, rule number 5, battles, quote, for the kill. Even if the odds are stacked in our favor, if we know we're fighting the final bastion or the final monarch, even like the ruling person going down with the ship of an enemy faction, we're going to personally finish them off. Battles other than these aren't de facto principal battles and will probably be auto-resolved. So that's enough of that. The last bit of the introduction is a bit unusual, and I mean it mostly for those of you who have been following my past series, really following the channel since it got started. So if you're new to the channel, or if you've never really watched Roman Ascension, go on to the next episode, and I'll be over in a moment. Or stay. It's fine. So let's talk about what's come before for a moment, and I'll make it really quick so I can wrap up. Roman Ascension was my first Let's Play series. I've recorded over 200 videos in between the first Ascension episode and the first episode of Crown of Charlemagne. My understanding of how to present this content has changed. If you followed Roman Ascension, this campaign is going to feel similar, as it's still Total War, but it's also going to feel very different right from the start. Not only is it a different game, but I'll also be playing it differently. It's going to be better. It's going to be faster, smoother, and it's going to be less repetitious. I think these are all wins compared to Roman Ascension, but I would love your feedback nonetheless. So please comment or shoot me a message with your thoughts. Thanks in advance. That's all for the introduction. If that all sounds good to you and you're not subscribed already, thank you for sitting through all that. Bit of a longer introduction than my usual. But if that all sounds good, again, and you're not subscribed, don't forget to do that right now. Button's been up on the screen for a while, but there it is again. In any case, thanks for watching. It's time to try out the game. Let's get to it. I'll see you in a moment.